Copyright disclaimer. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news, reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Non-profit educational or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Viewer discretion is advised.
Firefighters in Western Canada are battling the first major wildfires of 2024. The blazes prompted evacuation orders for parts of northern British Columbia and Alberta, and it's forecast to be a difficult season after unseasonably warm temperatures and an ongoing drought left forests tinder dry. Wildfire season typically runs from April, when the snow melts, until September or October, when cooler temperatures and higher rainfall returns. The summer of 2023 saw Canada's worst ever wildfire season, when over 45 million acres burned and blazes raged simultaneously in the east and west of the country. Plumes of dangerous smoke choked cities across North America, and some fear similar conditions coming in 2024. The federal government last month said Canada faces another potentially catastrophic wildfire season as it forecasts higher than normal spring and summer temperatures across much of the country. BC's Wildfire Service says most spring blazes are accidentally caused by humans, while fires later in the summer tend to be sparked by lightning. Canada has been taking preventative measures. Alberta is using night vision-equipped helicopters introduced last year to help tackle blazes. In April, the province said it would hire an extra 100 firefighters, roughly a 10% increase from last year. BC's Wildfire Agency says it has nearly 300 firefighters and 56 aircraft currently deployed. Both provinces have widespread fire restrictions, limiting when and where people can light campfires. As for the role of climate change, research shows fire seasons across North America are getting longer. Experts say it is difficult to determine the impact of climate change on a single fire season, but average temperatures in Canada are expected to rise as the world warms. For coastal regions, climate change is expected to bring more rain, which should reduce the risk of wildfires. But a warmer atmosphere will also pull more moisture out of soils, increasing fire risk.
Shalom, beloved brothers and sisters, Jews and Gentiles alike. Welcome. This is your humble servant, Big Levi. And today is the deck, May the 16th, 2024. And it's currently 4:44 p.m. Eastern Time to record it. Beloved, forgive me, they are working on the wood outside because it's hurricane season. But it's going to be hurricane season down there in Florida, so they are doing the sewers because of this incident that we had happen last April, the April 2023 of the flood. As you can see, the weather is unpredictable, the wildfires and everything. So we have a couple of videos there. We are going to go into them. Forgive us again, it might be a little bit nosy and the video might be 2 hours long. Pardon the time. Now, beloved, they are talking about the wildfires in Texas. Remember, we've been reporting these things for years, and they ignore it. They thought like it's something that's going to happen in California only, okay? When in fact, this thing is happening worldwide. Not only in California, Arizona, and Canada, and places that are prone to get wildfire, but it's everywhere. I don't do China anymore because it's just become redundant. All right? So now the fire season over there in Canada start very early. And this is not something that came out 23 days or 23 months and hell, 23 years. This is 23 hours, like a day ago. This thing came out in the 15th, May the 15th. Today is the 16th. So this is somewhat in real time, what we're watching. And they are not doing this type of things to themselves, man. Those people live in those cities. Of course, they are telling our people to flee the cities, flee. Go in Africa. Go and off-grid. And when they themselves are not fleeing the city. In fact, they are gentrifying the cities. Or because the bomb going to explode there or whatever. Remember, those are the same people over there in Japan that are calling our people to go and, hey, we'll give you 75 G's, and to get your seed into my women and stuff like that. Is that what that is? Those are the same people that told us, hey, well, go to Africa, go to Africa. All of our brethren that go to Africa, what happened to them? A lot of them got killed. You think that thing in Japan is no different? We'll talk about that later on. But let's keep on moving with the video, beloved. We have very short time. I have a class coming at 8:30. Now, then again, this is Brazil. Okay? We bought this storm. The water never receded. Okay? The police have to patrol on those wave runners, those jet skis. Okay, see the chickens on the top of the houses. They are trying to eat whatever that they can. The water never receded, and it's been at least a week. Hang on, let's see how long that thing was in Brazil. Oh, that's the book. Okay, that's the book. You can pre-order it. The link is in the description. When did the flood begin in Brazil? Okay, well, it could have just. Okay, 6 days ago, a week ago. Okay, it was a week ago. Okay, well, now you just come to this website and then they are offering you, this website utilises technology such as cookies. Yeah, what the hell is this? You know, now you just got in here, those people are offering you cookies. You know, if it's not them, it's Japan. If it's not Japan, it's 83 offering you. No, sir. No. I don't want to accept or manage and essential. I don't know what the hell is going on here, man. I don't need cookies, your email address. I don't eat dumpster cookie. But anyway, so let's try to get this one right here. Brazil flooding will take weeks to subside, experts warn. Those guys always come after the facts. Those dudes always come after the facts. They never dare to tell the people, hey, there will be a huge flood in Brazil, evacuate it. Nope. After the facts, well, it will take weeks before this thing subside. Yes. No hish. All right. So the water, it's been a week, beloved. It's been a week. The water never go away. All right. And then it's keep raining. All right. So this is bad right there. Okay, those dudes, they just stay in the truck because they can't go anywhere.
A decisão é tentar, se continuar assim no ritmo que tá, daqui uns 10 dias mais ainda para poder chegar às casas ainda. Na previsão da água, né, como ela tá saindo daqui, né?
You know, AP, oh, they used to be, this is AP Archive, Association Press. They used to do excellent journalism. Now they don't translate nothing.
Pela margem que ela tá baixando, ainda tem quase 2 metros de água ainda para.
Yeah, I believe it says something that we've been there for days and the water has not come down and something like that.
Para poder acessar as casas ainda.
Because this is Portuguese. I'm not too well versed in Portuguese. I think that's the house is destroyed. All right, okay. This is bad, man. This is very bad, man. All right, and this thing, it won't stop. It will not stop. It's only going to get worse. It's only going to get worse. And again, for the people that are watching this, they're in another country, they're like, hey, man, thank God I'm not like those poor Brazilian over there. I'm in a higher mountain and things like that. Okay, well, bad boys, what you gonna do when the tornado come for you? Bad boys, what you gonna do when the wildfire come for you? Yeah, what you gonna do? You ain't gonna do nothing. You can't shoot it. You can arrest it. You can put drugs in it. You can, well, you don't be crazy, man. Don't be. That's not a far-fetched idea. Some Gentiles probably just try to, you know, light up their meth into the whirling of the tornado and see if they can get a greater kick out of it. But anyway, let's keep on moving. Is that thing recording? Is it recording? Because I'm trying to record something here. He didn't want to record. I opened 3 beats. He could not record. I put vitamin there. Is that vitamin? Is that this bit vitamin? Is that what that is? Let me see. Ah, yeah. Yes. Yes. Yeah. Okay, that's vitamin. I'm assuming vitamin is playing, but nonetheless, let me see. Nonetheless, let's keep on moving with this. When the time is appropriated, we will get that stuff. But again, man, look at the region, the predicament, the situation those folks are in over there. Terrible.
Tem tio meu que é morador de rua, eu creio que ele não se escapou, porque como tá desaparecido.
I have no idea what he said, but I think he said something with the water. His home. I'm not quite sure. And food, hungry, things like that. So we are alive because of God. Grace to God, or thank God we are alive. I believe that's what he said. All right, the water, it's never receded and it overtaken the airport. All right, let's keep on moving. How long is that thing we call? Yeah. All right, good. Let's keep on moving.
Went out and got my.
There we go. Yeah, that's better.
A fire fueled by fast winds burned through a portion of a Hayward neighborhood Thursday, a pillar of black smoke billowing over a wall of flames, threatening nearby homes. Lucy Nuatoa lives next door. She says she was at home working when she looked out her window and saw what was approaching.
And that's when I went out and got my family out the house because I thought maybe the tree was going to come down. And once I got everybody out, I went out and started hosing down what I could to help slow down the fire.
Fire crews were putting out the remainders of the blaze when ABC7 arrived on scene. However, we saw several large trees and multiple cars burnt in the area where the fire began. A spokesperson for the Hayward Fire Department says the cause is still being investigated.
The tree was what caught on fire first, but also we know that there was some possible maintenance on the cars in the last few days, so that could have played a factor.
While this was the main scene fire crews were focused on, it wasn't the only one. Hayward Fire also telling us embers from the blaze made their way several blocks down, sparking at least one other spot fire. A reminder that as we enter the warmer months, the risk of fires like this is increasing.
This is a kind of a precursor to, what could potentially happen. This is more of a residential area in Midtown, so this happens up in the hills.
Okay, this dude, he has a number in the head of right there. I think it's P10, Hayward's P10. I'm not quite sure. Is it PIO or P10? Or PO? But yes.
With more vegetation to burn, that's getting drier and drier.
Thursday's incident has left several neighbors in this area understandably shaken. A few blocks down, we met Deidre Langley. She showed us video she shot off her cell phone of flames climbing 20 to 30 feet into the sky, a sight Deidre says was terrifying.
I have a sister in Southern California who lost her house and its entire contents just under a year ago. So it hit really close to home.
As for Lucy, she says she knows things could have been a lot worse than they were. And for that, she has this message.
I'm blessed and I'm very thankful to the fire department for getting here on time and putting out the fire.
A sentiment shared by many in this neighborhood. In Hayward, Tim Johns, ABC7 News.
Okay. No peace. Let's keep on moving.
Learning more about the victim in one of the worst murders we've seen.
Okay, we watched this last night. We watched this last Esau's Trouble. I do not want to go too much into this, but we will tap into this a little bit. But let's watch the whole thing, okay? But we watch this. We talked about this before.
Learning more about the victim in one of the worst murders we've seen caught on camera in Houston. ABC 13's Brooke Taylor has been on top of the story since Friday.
Family and friends who knew Steve Anderson tell me he was retired after working for MD Anderson for about 20 years. This video is just awful, so it does seem personal, but investigators tell me they still have not established any relationship between him and the suspect. They are still investigating, though.
Since ABC 13 first reported on this brutal attack,
We're learning more about 64-year-old Steve Anderson killed in an unimaginable way while walking to get his mail on Woodridge Square Drive. Family and friends tell us he worked at MD Anderson Cancer Center as a manager for 20 years and retired in 2020. Devastating that their beloved coworker is the man identified by officials in this video. On May 3rd, he's seen turning around at the sound of a screeching car. We're stopping that video before he's hit. The car reverses, hits him again. And minutes later, police say the driver, identified as 20-year-old Karen Fisher, returns. Court records identify Fisher as a man, but police say the suspect identifies as a woman. 2 hours before the deadly murder, police say Fisher stole the car from a motel in East Harris County. Fisher's seen walking over casually in front of witnesses in broad daylight. She flips Anderson, straddles him, and then kisses and stabs him 9 times, court records state. Before Fisher leaves, she leaps over his body on the road. Now Fisher is behind bars on a $2 million bond. As family and friends mourn and remember Anderson, who is known as Pops, as a devoted fan of the Chicago Cubs, who leaves behind his daughter, son-in-law, and grandchildren.
Now, again, beloved, this is not a she, this is a man. And those dudes, they are extremely strong and they carry a lot of bottling up anger. Those guys, those dudes will end you, dog. Like in a moment, like I said before, I choose to believe there is no connection between those two. I choose to believe that it's a random act. He just randomly picked up the dude and he did this. Because if there's a connection, we're going to have to go, okay, what was the relationship and stuff like that. And frankly, I don't want to get involved into these things. So, as you can see, beloved, the sun is making a lot of people crazy out there, man. This dude was 64, 6 plus 4. You know what that is. He retired in 2020, okay? He just retired at the right time. He's like, yo, I'm not in the hospital. I'm retired. I'm just chilling and do my stuff. He was going to get his mail. And then the guy run over him. Okay. Back up over him again. Get on top of him. Straddle him like a woman would straddle a man. And kisses him. And then stab him 9 times. Now, beloved, we don't know what on earth this man did. We don't know what on earth this
4-year-old Steve Anderson.
Okay, we don't know what on earth this, enlarge this. We don't know what on earth this 64-year-old Steve Anderson did while he was working at the hospital. We don't know his background. We don't know what his forefathers did. What would have caused something like that to happen to the man? I mean, you already live your life. You're 64. I mean, you're on your way out. You just chill. I mean, I gotta get my mail and get my things out. And then some dude dressed like a woman. Again, those guys are super strong, man. You have no idea the demonic strength those dudes have. The anger that they carried. That's why we cannot accept this behavior, this situation in the midst of the AK family. We are pure and holy people. We cannot have this type of people over there and then force us, hey, well, if you don't accept me, that means you want to be like me. If you don't feel comfortable with me around you, that means you're not comfortable with your sexual orientation or sexuality or whatever garbage you're trying to pass out there. Those dudes are very, they are not too okay up there. So we don't know what this guy did. We don't know what could have caused that. But it happened. And everything that happened, it happened for a reason. Okay? Let's keep on moving. Let's keep on. How long we are. Is that thing even? Okay, it is recording. Let's keep on moving.
Conducting a massive traffic homicide.
There we go. Beginning here.
Tonight, tragedy in Marion County. 8 people dead, 45 others hurt after a bus carrying farm workers gets sideswiped and goes off the road.
Now we are learning more about the driver accused of causing the wreck. We have team coverage on this tragic story. West 2's Gail Pascal Brown is leading us off with a closer look at his criminal history, and she heard from people who live near the crash site.
The Florida Highway Patrol says it is conducting a massive traffic homicide investigation after a crash involving a...
Enlarge this. 8 people no more, 45 injured. Again, And again, we see this. 8:45. We see that. Okay? We know what that is. Let's keep on moving. And if you don't know what that is, somebody will put it in the comment board and you can just always watch the replay of the chart.
Pickup truck and a bus. 8 people were killed. 45 others were injured. The Florida Highway Patrol says this white bus carrying 53 farm workers was traveling west on Highway 40 near 148th Court in Marion County. The driver of this Ford pickup was going in the opposite direction. And then
that vehicle, for unknown reasons, traveled toward the center line, and the vehicles had a collision of a side swipe type manner.
He says the bus then traveled off the roadway, through a fence, struck a tree, and then overturned. Neighbors came out and took pictures of the scene. They were very concerned.
We were worried. My friend lived up back there, and he was worried about his kid, the bus, that nothing happened to the bus.
He initially thought it was a school bus. It was a retired school bus carrying farm workers to Cannon Farms in Dunellen.
My heart pleads for them. My heart goes out to them. I pray that the good Lord will give them whatever peace that He can to make them through this.
State troopers arrested the driver of the Ford pickup. He is 41-year-old Brian Howard. Howard is charged with 8 counts of driving under the influence, DUI manslaughter. Court records show since 2003, he has been convicted 20 times, all but 3 of those cases on traffic offenses. Those include driving with a suspended revoked license, leaving the scene of a crash, and leaving the scene of a crash with property damage. FHP says the identities of the deceased will be released pending notification of kin. I'm Gail Pascal Brown in Marion County for West 2 News.
Wow, that was probably the most confident news reporter, well, now she was a news anchor, but she did a good job. But anyway, now a lot of people are asking they're asking themselves, okay, but Big Levi, the migrants are coming over there. They are taking all the good job. Yo, that's Gentiles garbage. They're gonna overrun us. They're going to do this. They've been overrun us. Or they're going to do this. They're going to get the best opportunities. They've been getting the best opportunities. They're gonna do that. They're gonna do this. They're gonna do that. And we told you a lot of those people, they're going to die, man. A lot of those people are going to be no more, and a hell of a lot of them are coming here not for any particular reason, for slavery. No, they have to come here to serve their slavery time. All right, let me see how long we are into this thing. Yes, beloved, yay. So the 8K family handbook, how to do spiritual background check, connect with your guardian angel, and develop your magical abilities. The first edition, you can pre-order the Kindle version only now and after June the 25th, when the book is going to come out, you can order the physical version or the paperback or the hard copy. The book is over 400 pages, somewhere around 408 to be precise, so you can make your pre-order. And the book will not be, the money will not get out of your account until June the 25th, okay? You can go ahead and pre-order it. Then again, the physical copy will get out on June the 25th. You can only get the Kindle version pre-ordered. If you do want the physical copy, you have to wait when the book is released. All right, let's keep on moving.
Before 4:30 a.m. on Saturday.
There we go.
A veteran Hollywood crew member was killed in a car crash this weekend after working long days on set of the ABC series 911. The crash happened on the 57 North Freeway at Via Verde just before 4:30 a.m. on Saturday after the crew had wrapped an overnight shoot.
KTLA's Jennifer McGraw joins us live in San Dimas with more. Hi, Jennifer.
Yeah, Salmon and B, heartbreaking to hear this happen to Rico. People say that not only did he love his job, but he was a beloved member of the crew.
911, what is your emergency?
A TV drama in its 7th season, ABC's 911, following the lives of first responders, paramedics, and police. Sadly, over the weekend, fiction became reality. A crew
No,
member
hey,
was leaving a
look, listen, we already told those people, those fantasies and garbages that you guys are putting on the TVs and act like, you know, this and that, your blessing is done. You are no longer covered when it comes to things like that. You are no longer covered under the blessing, well, Psalm 91, you are no longer covered. Now, any little thing, the wind blow, you can get killed. And a lot of those distractions and people that participated in things like that, hey, that's what's going to happen.
A set in Pomona on a 14-hour shoot that went overnight and didn't let out until 4 in the morning. He rolled his SUV on the 57 freeway in San Dimas. A single car crashed into the embankment. Rico Preem was 66 years old, a seasoned professional and grip on set.
The man was 66 years old. Then again, you can't make this up. He was 66. The other dude was 64. He's 66. A lot of those people are being taken out, Bridget, okay? I'm not making this up. Let's keep on moving.
I think Rico had about 35 years under his belt. He was actually preparing to retire, which, you know, adds more to the tragedy that, you know, he was kind of so close to being out of the industry.
IATSE union rep Dejon Ellis knows all.
Anytime those guys are ready to retire or just retired, bam, they're out because the blessing is done. You ain't gonna go retire and enjoy the fruit of your retirement.
Too well the amount of hours crews work to make TV sets come to life.
You add that on top of LA traffic and people living farther and farther out of the city center. It's a recipe for disaster sometimes when you compound with the extra hours.
He says the crash happened just 20 minutes after wrapping. Working 14-hour shifts, Rico pulled 28 hours in just 2 days. And being a grip is a grueling gig.
There has been a pressure, if you will, to do more in less time.
CHP, handling the investigation, says while it's unclear what caused the crash, they say alcohol may be a factor. Bliss says that's just hard to believe.
The show that was on, it's very hard physically. You don't have time to drink, and if you are drinking, you wouldn't be able to perform.
IATSE has long raised concerns over the dangers of working days on end. In 2021, the union nearly went on strike, calling for shorter work days. At the same time, Bliss says it's a battle between crew members who rather rack in overtime dollars instead of sleep.
Constantly doing 70-plus hours a week, 65-plus hours a week after week has to stop.
Okay, see, those people can't work that much, man. They can't work that much. They can show up for 70, 100 hours a week by just sitting doing nothing, watching you micromanagement. They are good at doing this. But when it comes to actually do the freaking job, they'll die. That's a nice control board he has right there, man. Damn. I wish I had one like that. I wish I knew the name of it. I could try to get one. This is good for editing right there, you know. It's nice. Those folks can't do the job. They can't work hard, beloved. They can't do hard work. They can't work hard, come up with things to destroy us, to reduce our population, and to do us harm. They can work hard when it comes to wickedness, but when it comes to for them, for their own life, they can't. All right, that's what you see what's happening now. They are complaining too much hours. We are doing too much. Nice. That's a nice control board here. Okay, 55. You know what to do. 57. You know what to do. 57 going north. Freeway entrance to 57. You know what that is. You know what to do. Let's keep on moving.
And police tell.
Okay, boy, let's do this. There we go. All right here. Oops. Good grief. Damn.
The sights and sounds of what was a dramatic and deadly ordeal following a wild multi-state chase and a heavily armed standoff. Tonight, authorities are still trying to piece together what happened that left a woman dead and parts of I-95 shut down. It is Tuesday night, and the big story in Action News is the latest in that chaotic chain of events that began with an attempted arrest and ended with a chaotic police pursuit and deadly gunfire several miles away. It started in Wilmington, shut down parts of I-95 before the suspect crashed in Chichester. She stole a car there, and the chase then continued into Chester, where she stole a second car after crashing at 12th and Curlin Streets. As she tried to get away, she was surrounded by police and SWAT team members. The whole thing comes to a violent end, and that maroon car riddled with bullets right there. Moments later, a woman's body was pulled from the wreckage. Action News reporter Caroline Goggin joins us live at the Delaware County Courthouse tonight with new information on how this deadly encounter unfolded. Caroline.
Rick, the Delaware County DA's office here in media is now investigating after this deadly police-involved shooting in Chester this afternoon. And police tell us this all started in Wilmington, Delaware this morning as officers tried to serve an arrest warrant. A car riddled with bullet holes just feet away from an SUV flipped on its side. This was the scene in Chester, Delaware County this afternoon after a police pursuit ended with a deadly police-involved shooting.
This had nothing to do with Chester. This started up in Delaware.
It started just before noon.
The sister is right. The sister is right. She's like, yo, that has nothing to do with our hood. Why you people, all those numbers, you can see them. Why you people, this thing started in Delaware and then he ended up right there in Chester. This is how this is our hood. That has nothing to do with us, you know.
After a police pursuit ended with a deadly police-involved shooting.
This had nothing to do with Chester. This started up in Delaware.
It started just before noon in Wilmington on the 300 block of North Madison Street. There,
Okay.
police tried to
Again, North Madison. Yes, North Madison. So you know what to do.
arrest warrant for a woman they say was wanted for a shooting on the 500 block of West 8th Street last December. But police say the woman took off in a car, ramming multiple police cruisers and heading north on I-95 toward Philadelphia.
You have a female who's wanted out of Delaware, leads on the chase to Chichester.
In Upper Chichester on the 2100 block of Market Street, police say the suspect crashed the car she was driving and then fired a gun at officers. Two Delaware state troopers also fired their weapons during the exchange. Police say the suspect then got into a black SUV and drove to Chester, where she crashed into this building. From there, she climbed through a window to gain access to a home at 12th and Curlin Streets. The homeowner, who was inside with her baby at the time, asked to remain anonymous.
I didn't fight them or anything, but I just kept yelling at them to get out of my house. I just grabbed my baby and left.
When the suspect left the home,
yo.
she took the homeowner's gun and...
Okay, this is the thing. You at home peacefully enjoying your time with your family, your daughter, your son, or whatever that is, and next thing you know, somebody breaking in there and then steal your gun. And what the hell is this? Like, things are so hectic, man. Hey, well, the eclipse, post-eclipse, you know, the aurora borealis, northern lights, and all this stuff and happening and things like that. But anyway.
car keys, attempting to drive off in the maroon sedan until officers opened fire.
Damn. They shot whoever that is. That's what
They really shooting. A neighbor took this video the moment that happened. Police tell us the suspect, who family has identified as 23-year-old Yasmin Stewart, was killed.
It's a sad story no matter.
Oof.
Has identified as 23-year-old Yasmin Stewart.
Okay, 23 years old. Beautiful young woman. She got involved in a shooting in December before that. And they identify her because, again, beloved, a lot of folks that look like us, they carry a lot of angers, man. Any little thing, I gotta kill you. I gotta murder you. I gotta murder your ass. You make fun of me, or you think you're better than me. That's what you think. And I'm gonna kill you. And with cameras all over, brothers, okay? With snitch, well, not snitch. Back in the 90s, there was snitch. Right now, there are witnesses. Back then, there was snitch. Now, there are witnesses. They're all over. You took a gun, and then you shot someone, and then you think you can get away by outrunning the police or trying to shoot them. And this is how things going to end up, man. 23 years old, man. Young. Life is beautiful and full in front of you, and this nonsense happened. But man, they really, oh boy, that's bad right there, man.
Was killed.
It's a sad story no matter how you look at it.
And police tell us that one Wilmington police officer was taken to the hospital this afternoon to be evaluated for an injury. 2 other Wilmington police officers who fired their weapons during this incident, they are currently on administrative duty pending the outcome of the investigation. We are live in media tonight. I'm Caroline Goggin, Channel 6 Action News. Rick?
Caroline, thank you. Newly released surveillance video shows 2 women who are still being sought by Philadelphia police.
Yeah, there's a lot going on, man. Okay. Okay. Well, you live by the gun, you die by the gun. That's the truth. That's the truth, man. A lot of those people that look like us, everything has to be, I gotta shoot you. There's no, hey, man, let's sit down and figure this thing out, and then come to find out it was a misunderstanding. Nope, I gotta shoot you, man. I gotta kill you and things like that, okay? Again, beloved, the reason why you see all those things are happening on the face of this earth is because of Genesis 15 and verse 13. And he said unto Abraham, know of a surety that thy seed shall be a stranger in a land that is not theirs, and shall serve them, and they shall afflict them 400 years. 1619, 2019, 400 years is up. Right after 2019, 2020 kicks in, you can see it. The entire world flip on its side. Well, flip on his head. And it wasn't the elite, right? The Gentiles that did it on purpose. That's why they after the 2020, they look at the census and they are panicking. Japan need our seeds. Okay, they are bringing the migrant here to padded the number because they don't have that much people in the midst of them. Okay, but let's keep on moving. Again, this is another Delta. Okay, the plane. The front fire just stay like that, and it catch on fire, and then you know, and the people could not go anywhere. And this dude saw it. This is very dangerous, and we did tell those people, and they gonna start taking this thing seriously. Okay, when one of those Boeing start falling off the sky. And then for no reason, they try to say, "Oh well, you know, it's maintenance and stuff like that." No, the blessing is gone. See, Gentiles really did not understand the blessing, man. They think the blessing is something about money. That's why they preach that prosperity garbage in their church. This thing is not about money only, son. The blessing is everywhere. It's protection, it's health, it's wealth, except for knowledge. Okay? All right, let's keep on moving.
Yeah.
Right here.
The suspect is behind me at the Solano County Jail. A neighbor tells us that he said he's gone through a lot lately, moving in with his mother 2 months ago. He's a seasonal worker, so he lost his job, he lost his girlfriend and his home, and even his dog, all at the same time.
There was tension between the mom and the son. He was living here for 2 months. He was emotionally unstable.
Worried neighbors on Birch Ridge Drive in the Trilogy retirement community called Rio Vista police.
Said that they hadn't seen her in a while.
After their 78-year-old neighbor hadn't been seen for several days.
There was a conflict. Something was boiling there, and it went, it boiled over.
Cops.
Again, there was a conflict. There was something in there, and with the son and the mother, and it's just boiled over. The blessing again works in many facades, but the Gentiles, they thought everything that they had or everything that was going on in their life was because they were so great, because they were so much of a hard worker Because there was so much of a good Christian. Because there was so much of a good person. Because there was so great of a nation. And things like that happen. That's what they thought. Now you got a mother and a son, they can get along together.
It boiled over.
Cops got the call requesting to check on the elderly woman yesterday evening. They were met at the door by the woman's 57-year-old son.
When additional officers arrived, he tried to stop them from checking the residence to check the welfare of, and
this dude, Mr. Chief John Mazer, you need at least a whole year vacation to sleep, man. You can see the wear down in this dude. This dude doesn't get sleep at all. I don't know what keep him up at night, but this dude don't go to sleep at all, man. And he didn't get this through a fight. This guy, Mr. John, you need to rest. You've been working too much. I shall advise you, as the Grand Vizier, the Grand Advisor, to get some rest. That is if you can. I mean, that is if you do not have to work like this, man. But hey.
That's when an altercation ensued. They tried to move to physically block them from getting to a doorway. The officers conducted a sweep of the residence and found our decedent.
She was a very nice lady.
Rio Vista police ended up arresting the son on suspicion of homicide. He's identified as Jeffrey Aidnick, seen here on the Megan's Law website. He is a convicted sex offender.
So you got this grown man, 57 years old, convicted sex offender. He probably could not get job anywhere. Okay, and then look at how many aliases this dude have. Okay, Aidnick Jeffrey, Jeff, Yates Doug, Yates Douglas, Clyde, Jeffrey, and the dude he was born in 1966. He's 6 feet tall, and he was a registered sex offender. All right, so those dudes are not normal. Okay, he went back to his mom because I don't know, he lost his job or something like that, and killed the mother. Those guys are violent, man.
In my experience as a veteran law enforcement officer, normal people do not kill their mothers. It's a very niche, violent crime. It's one of the, one of the worst murders you can do.
Kill your own mother. Mom, I need money. The blessing is done, son. We don't have anything. You're gonna have to get a job. Oh, hell no. Get a job, yeah, right? Try to tell him to get a job. Kill you. And that's what happened there.
The killing of a parent or a child.
There are many unanswered questions as to why and how this happened. But Chief John Mazer says the investigation is active and underway. He commended the victims' neighbors for getting involved and contacting them.
This came to light because we had some concerned neighbors, and those neighbors called us to investigate. And had they not done that, this could have potentially gone completely undetected.
And unresolved. Okay? I'm glad the neighborhood is not too black, so they didn't have anywhere to channel their angers and in their surveillance. They actually watch out for that lady. Like, yo, she's this little sweet old lady come here all the time. It's been a while ever since the sun moving. We heard the argument. And we have not seen her, so can you go send somebody and check over there, because it's very unusual. We have not seen her. That's when you people mind your own business and you start seeing that. Wait a minute, there's a lot of little old senior citizens we have not seen for a while. We just thought that they either retired, stay home forever, or they moved to another country. And in fact, their own relatives is doing these things unto them.
Things may have transpired where it would have been almost impossible for us to know what happened.
Yeah, well, of course, because he's white. What you want me to do? I would not put my white brothers in the, unless he get caught handing a cookie jar, which he did.
Afraid to step up and see what
snitch
needs
on
to be
yours.
done. There's no harm in asking for help, and you either get it and something works out, or there's a good result. Either way, something had to be done.
And the suspect should be scheduled for arraignment within 48 hours.
48 hours. Let's keep on. How long we are into good grief? Again, the book will be published, the Kindle version, June the 25th, including the paperback. Now you can pre-order the Kindle version. Again, the name of the book is the AK Family Handbook, How to Do a Spiritual Background Check, Connect with your guardian angel, and develop your magical abilities. Or you can go to Amazon, you type Big Levi 8K book or Big Levi book, it will pop up. Alright, so you can pre-order the Kindle version. The paperback, the physical version, will be ready on the day of publication, if I may say so, June the 25th. Let's keep on moving. Raw video, man, woman found dead in apparent suicide. Alright, let's keep on
Harris
going
County
this.
Precinct 5 constables were dispatched to a welfare check at the 6200 block of Fox Chase Court.
That was
Upon
a day
arrival,
ago.
they made entry into
That was a day ago. Let's see if they have any okay, why does this keep happening every day? Because the blessing is over. The blessing is over. Revelations, it's going to get worse. Read the book of Revelation. It will tell you what is to come. The Bible predicted these things over 2,000 years ago. May God help us, most definitely. So, we had a video, okay, to answer your question, Mrs. I'll say, 24456. To answer your question, we had a video almost a year ago in our channel. The good old duck struck. The good old duck got something going on here, okay? All right. Let's see. Where it was almost a year ago. (988) incoming 988. Piggy banks went belly up. It was right here though. Oh boy. Can't find it. It's gonna be a year since Pat Robertson is no more. He's in a very fun place right now, having some fun. Is that what that is? No. I believe. Oh yeah, there you go. Okay. Okay, piggy banks went belly up and the great incoming surge of 988. Okay, that's the great incoming surge. We did this video a year ago. That was March the 17th. We told you those things are going to see this like over and over. And when you see those things, make this up. Stay out of it. We stay out of it. All right, let's keep on moving.
the residence where they observed a male and a female unresponsive with multiple gunshot wounds, and they were deceased. They contacted the sheriff's office, and now we're conducting an investigation.
Okay, that happened a day ago. Let me see if they have more information in Houston. Happened a day. They probably have a lot more stuff to go. Let me see if I can get. Boy, there's quite a few things there. Okay, that's where video man found there. They should have something here. There's no update yet. There's no update. Okay, well, let's take this one. This is going to be fun. Okay. All right. There are no updates on what happened here, but let's watch what's going on. Let's listen to what she said. What
Harris
happened?
County Precinct 5 constables were dispatched to a welfare check at the 6200 block of Fox Chase Court. Upon arrival, they made entry into the residence where they observed a male and a female, unresponsive with multiple gunshot wounds. They were deceased. They contacted the sheriff's office, and now we're conducting an investigation. At this time, it appears to be a murder-suicide, but we are still in the early stages of the investigation. We will be conducting further investigation.
Did you recover a weapon?
There's weapons on the scene.
Any idea who did the shooting? Male or female?
Not at the moment.
How long has it been unaccounted for?
From what we know of, a family friend last heard from them on Saturday. So we believe maybe Saturday.
Do you know the relationship between the two?
We believe they're married.
No one else? Anyone else been at the house?
No, sir.
Any neighbors who maybe hear gunshots or anything like that?
A neighbor reported possibly hearing gunshots on Saturday. SOFIA.
So they were married couple. Okay, probably a disagreement. Beloved, we've been over this. This is not for you though. This is for the newcomers and the people that are watching. Before I go into the husband and stuff, listen, we have a scriptures policy here. We don't do scripture battle. Okay? We do not do scripture battle. What that means is we don't, when something happened, we don't need somebody to put scripture after scripture and somebody responded with a bunch of scriptures. You are distracting the flow. The scriptures are not meant for you to do battle. They are meant for meditation, study, contemplation, healing, because the Bible is a magical book. It's a book of magic. Okay, those things are powerful. Okay, we have a policy against this. If you're in the chat room posting scriptures, and people do not have the time to read other comments, your comment will be removed. We post scriptures only when we ask for it, only when it's appropriate. By that time, if you were awakened 4 or 5 years ago, you should be well aware with every scriptures that is in the Bible, whether you read them or not. But for our people or anyone to come and post scriptures, posted, this is a policy of ours. We don't do scripture battles. If there's other channels where you can come and battle scriptures and try to prove and fit everything with the Bible, this is not how it works around here. Okay? So if you do that, your comment's going to be removed. Now come to the husband and wife things. Beloved, we talked about this before. When you have a wife or husband, a boyfriend or girlfriend, or somebody you love or somebody you like or whatever that is, or somebody you do business with for the right amount of fee, you did not create this person. You did not make this person. And you didn't come in the world with this person. Even if you did come in the world with this person, you have no rights to take that person's life. If somebody cheated on you, primary source speaking, it happened all the time. And me personally, I see this as human nature. People will do that. People will lie. They'll cheat. They'll steal. I never take those things personally. When you're a wife and you're a husband and your partners did something like that, they actually violated your vow and their vows and things like that, the answer is not to take that person's life. The answer is not to take your life and the person's life and then the other's life, or taking people's lives. That's not what that is. You can either stay, you can either leave. You move to the next person. No, hey man, no hard feelings there. Just moving, man. Take care of business. Everybody got their own problem, man. See, this world has so much trauma, so much things, so much nonsense in it caused by 83, knocking everything out of balance. Now, any little thing, any disagreement, I'm talking about cheating, okay? That's one part. Any little argument, it could be about money. It could be about money. Well, I need more money for the rent. The kids need this. I need more money for my grandmother, my mother-in-law, my father-in-law, children, and whatever friend. Or I need money just to spend. The hell, it's blessing and stuff. And then a disagreement happened, and people killing people over just the argument. See, the Gentiles or 83, they never been in a situation they have to complain about financial issues. They never been in that situation up until now. There was a video of a man, I believe one of those psychiatrists. He was one of those Middle Eastern fellow. And he said, I can't recall if it was an interview or a comment that I was reading on YouTube years ago. He said his mom and his father, both Arabs, so to speak, they married when they were very young, which is pretty common over there in the Middle East. And they stick together through poverty, scrutiny, and all this negative stuff up until they got to Germany. When they got to Germany, and the man and the woman were working, and every day he witnessed there was an argument, and the argument was nothing but over money. The argument was nothing over but money. And then they divorce. They divorce because of money. It is said, let me see. Let's see what we got here. How many percentages of divorce cause of financial issue? Is that what that is? Okay, money is widely known as one of the leading causes of divorce in America. It is estimated that financial problems contributed to 20 to 40% of all divorces. Now, let's say 40%. You know what? Let's take it up a notch. Let's say 50%. Anytime, beloved, before you get involved with whoever this person here, you have to get your mental health straight first. Whatever happened between you and that person, that if your mental health, both of your mental health is straight, it doesn't matter. But if your mental health is backward and the person also mental health, mental states is deranged, brother, I can guarantee you, sister, the relationship won't last. It can't last because it's two sick people trying to make something healthy. It won't work. That's one. The second thing, if you are financially irresponsible or you have financial issues and financial woes, remove those negative waves from your life first. Before you get in a relationship with someone that you like, make sure you were or still in a situation that you could and can take care of yourself. By that I mean being able, if anything happened, you'll be able to have a good running car, a roof over your head. May not be your own house, but you can provide this, whether you're a man or woman. And then the person that you are getting with, make sure this person either share the same mindset with you or like you or even better than you when it comes to money and financial things like that. When you get in a relationship with someone that is in debt, the person have hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of debt, irresponsible credit card debt, a bunch of things. Those things will cause, because debt is a spirit. Debt is somewhat a demonic spirit. Debt is a very bad thing to have. Don't listen to Gentiles say, well, debt is good. You can use it to alleviate. You can use it for allocation, or there's a proper word they use. I just escaped my mind. You can use it to leverage, leverage and stuff. Don't listen to people that tell you like this. We had a 400 years debt called Jacob's trouble. It wasn't a good thing for us, man. We can tell you the people that are going into paying your debt, it's not a good thing. So you really don't want to get involved with someone that is in deep debt and someone that has an uncontrollable addiction. Every one of us, we possess a form of an addiction, whether we want to believe it or not. It may not be drugs or other substances like alcohol, but it could be an addiction, that's something that we like, that literally somewhat take a part of our life. And when you have someone that have an uncontrollable addiction, gambling is very bad in the community, man. Gambling is very, very, very bad. Okay? Where ones can, some have a little control over the drugs. Sometimes you got some drugs addiction, you try to buy that drug, it's not available. But gambling is always available, whether it's physical, online, casino, or whatever it is. So we have to be very careful and very honest too, Bridget, okay? If you have an addiction, be honest to your partner or whoever that you're talking to. Say, well, I have an addiction to these specific things. Of course, beloved, don't open up the first day, but if the person say be honest and you try to be honest, say, well, I have this issue, I have this problem with alcohol, I have this problem with substance, I have this problem with filth on the internet, I have this problem with gambling. I'm working on it, I'm doing the best that I can so I can get myself out of it. So if both of you are honest and you come to an agreement to a point to make a deal, things are gonna get better. But if not, you're gonna have that result that lady just said here, man. People taking people out. How long we are into this thing? Oh boy, it's already 1 hour. Let's move in.
A 19-year-old has pled guilty to murdering a transgender woman in East Houston. Oscar Ariel Sierra has been sentenced to life in prison after admitting to shooting and killing Maricela Castro back in 2022. He was in the middle of his capital murder trial, and testimony had already begun when Sierra chose to plead guilty and accept a life sentence. Investigators say Sierra was 17 when he met Castro online, lured Castro to meeting in person in order to rob Castro. Surveillance video shows Sierra killing Castro, then driving off in Castro's car.
So you're 17 years old, okay, all right, and then you go. I mean, look at this dude here, man. I can't even make fun of this dude hair. This dude hair already made fun of itself. Clown's hair. Look at this, man. What's the difference here? Look at the tears on the clown. Like, look at the tears. Okay, those guys tell you straight up, hey man, I've done things. 17 years old, okay, and they met this. They go to those grind. A lot of the dudes are doing that. Okay, they go to Grinder. Okay, they are finding those dudes. Now, if somebody posts a picture like that and said, "Hey, man, is she pretty or is she? Would you date her and stuff?" A lot of men will go and date her because this is a her to them. Okay, this is a woman. Okay, when and in fact, man, this is like a Transformer Decepticon, man. And those dudes, they targeted those guys, because they think they thirsty, man. That thirst is unbelievable when it comes to those dudes. And you got 17-year-old man, brain, you got all your life ahead of you, dog. He tried to rob the fellow. He shot and killed. Most likely, something else happened. Okay, let me see. Give me a second. A Detroit man killed transgender after finding out. Okay. Because it happened all the time. Okay, Detroit charging murder and shooting death of transgender woman. Okay. Okay, this is the woman right there. All right. Where's the other dude? Okay. Okay, Nina man killed Milwaukee transgender man. It's just so much. A lot of those dudes, they are killing guys out there. Man charged murder of trans woman in Jacksonville, because a lot of them, they won't say anything, and they look like real women. Okay, they look like real women, but they are not real. All right. And what was the dude in Detroit? So you gotta be very very careful out there. Okay, Zion Forster, that's 2 days ago. Oh no, that's not this. Teen charge in Highland Park, cold case of murder of transgender woman. It's happening almost every day. Because a lot of those dudes online, they are thirsty, and they anything that look like a woman, they won't question. They will go up until the deed is done. Okay, all right. 16-year-old transgender TikToker stabbed to death. Man sentenced of murdering Maryland transgender woman in 2021. You can make a whole Esau's trouble with this type of news. Arrest made after transgender woman. Okay, all right. They will post photos like this, and dudes will they won't take a moment. They will assume this is a woman. Okay, they will assume, okay, this is a woman, and then they will go ahead and do things. All right. Okay. All right. And this one happened this year. That was the boyfriend of this fellow. There was a disagreement, and then he killed the guy. Okay, there you go. This is the one that I'm looking for.
Tea time at the Aliveness Project.
Trans-centered spaces make me feel recognized.
Is where transgender women can go to feel safe.
That we're like rebuilding a sisterhood.
When there is so much uncertainty when they step outside.
She attended tea time, and she was just like full of light.
Savannah Ryan Williams would go to this support group.
I'm here because nobody deserves to die this way.
Court documents say 25-year-old Damarian Kaylin Bible admitted to shooting Williams in the head. He told police she approached him for a sexual encounter, but he began to feel, quote, suspicious after the act and shot and killed her. Bible confessed after police found surveillance video of him at the scene near the Lake Street Light Rail Station.
So that's what this is, I think, right?
Paperwork says while in jail, Bible told his dad he just murdered someone, and he felt sorry for killing the victim and knew he wasn't God, but he, quote, had to do it.
We have a right to life. Savannah had a right to live and should be alive. There is no other detail that matters. Being murdered in the way that this happened, it is beyond gruesome and ghastly.
State Representative Lee Finke used to go to tea time. She shares feelings of anxiety with the women here.
Like, it needs to stop. Like, we can't.
Damn, look at listen to the voice. This dude could be a voice actor, man. This man right here could scare you. This one can use his voice and make a lot of money, man.
Just walk.
Like,
we
damn.
have to be able to walk in public and not just be constantly looking over our shoulder.
They say there's fear when they're outside. Here, they'll comfort one another.
We are people at the end of the day. And
listen to those voices. All right, this is what happened. Okay, 5 months ago. Okay, oops. Let me see. Okay, 5 months ago, this guy approached the dude, and he like, yo, you want to have some fun? And again, like I said, a lot of dudes cannot control their desire. Okay, and at any point, somebody like this pop up to you and start speaking to you. You gotta take a few steps back, man. Like, yo, well, do you have the same tool that I have? You know, you should be able to discern. But you know, he agreed. He paid the dude, and doing it was a fellatio relating thing, and during the time, the guy I'm sorry. I'm sorry. In the middle of the act, the guy started to get suspicious. The dude started getting suspicious in the middle of the act, like, yo, this doesn't feel right. This doesn't feel right. Something is wrong here. I don't like that feeling. This is not the natural feeling. Something, I feel like I'm hating an Adam apple. What the hell is this? Something is jamming me. There's something obstructing me here, man. There's an apple that's obstructing me right there. Something is not okay. Yeah, the dude like, yo, something is not okay here, man. And then he like, yo, what's going on? And then he realized this, you know, he didn't tell. Don't get me wrong, there are a lot of guys that are into this type of things. And there are a hell of a lot that are not into, and then if you trick them into this thing, they're going to get rid of you. There's an old documentary, I can't find it anymore. It's a document. If anybody ever find this document, send it to me. It's an old documentary that was made somewhere around 2010, 2009. I said 2012, the latest. It was made somewhere around Philadelphia. And they were interviewing drug dealers and the addicts and prostitutes. And there's a dude they were in an interview. He's one of those, Decepticon, and he said, "Well, how did you get your money, man?" So I got my money every night. I posted in the street here, and then I just met the man in the car, and I done my business with them, and then they pay me, and they never know. They never know. And the guy, the interviewer said, what do you mean? They say they don't know. They think I'm a woman. And they never know. And every time they want to see the actual oven, I tell them I'm on my period and stuff like that. And let's just do backdoor entry. And a lot of dudes are into the backdoor entry. Like we told our brothers and sisters, once you're a man, you enter a woman, and the back door, you destroy your spiritual power. This is a terrible thing to do to a woman. You cannot sodomize the woman. Even if it's something that both of you agreed to do, it's a no-no. That is if you are into the 8K lifestyle trying to get your stuff together. And again, that's why he shot and killed a guy. Okay? I see those dudes all the time walking around pretending they are real women. Okay, they will approach people, talking to people. Some of them has mustache, some of them has beard. And this used to be a kink. This used to be something that is hidden online in a specific category where men will go ahead and look for this type of men. It wasn't something that be in the public and act like it's normal and then going around and trick people into thinking that they are getting down with a real woman, and then come to find out, yo, you're not real. A lot of those things that you're, there we go, right here. A lot of those are dudes that get involved and they think like this person is a real person, is a real woman, and then come to find out it's not. Okay? You got pictures like this, which is filters, nothing but filters. The fake nails, the hair, the fake lips, filters, Instagram filters, photo filters, make them look like real women. And if you see them afar, you thought like they are real women. If you are looking online, you thought this is a real woman. You thought those are real women. Okay? All right? Up until when you get involved and like, yo, man, what the hell is that? Okay? All right? Teen charge in Highly Park cold case of murder of transgender woman. This is like 2 months ago. I'm not quite sure which one. Oh,
a cold murder case is finally solved. Let's get out to Highland Park in Shawn Lay, where a woman was shot and killed last summer. Shawn, you have news of a big break in this case.
Truly a big break. A tragedy here at the Woodward Inn, but it happened months ago. Really just one clue to this one is this. 24-hour video, good cameras here. That gave MSP something to go on. They truly called this investigation a whodunit. Well, it has been solved, and now Wayne County Prosecutor Kim Worthy made the announcement today.
She was beloved in her community, and she was known to be generous and a compassionate person, according to her family and many, many friends.
Wayne County Prosecutor Kim Worthy highlighting the tragic and mysterious murder of Asia Davis. Let me take you back to June 1st, 2023.
Okay, so now you got this somebody like that posts an ad online. I mean, where are the indication that say this is a dude? Okay, you won't know until this person, when you get there. That's why there's a dude. I know that guy. The dude is traumatized, man. He only date mothers. And if he had to go into another woman, this woman better show up with proof that she's a woman. Either she show up the proof that, okay, I have my period, okay, after a few days once it's gone and stuff. The guy is the dude is he traumatized. And most of those dudes, they don't chop it off. They still hanging low. They still sway to and fro. They don't chop off anything. So there is no indication here. You can't just look at a picture like, okay, let me see. This is, no. It won't work like that.
Back to June 1st, 2023, and the Woodward Inn in Highland Park. A security camera capturing this person coming in, then running out. But that person wasn't captured for months. That night, police finding the body of the 36-year-old Asia Davis in her room. She had been shot in her head.
It is alleged that the defendant shot and killed her. At the time of her death, she had recently completed nursing school and was going to start a new job when her life was tragically cut short.
At last, a break in what was a very cold case. This 18-year-old Carlos Lamar Scotland was arrested this week and charged with Davis's murder.
Carlos Lamar Scotland is 18 years old. He has been charged with the following offenses: first-degree murder, felony firearm, carrying a concealed weapon, and resisting and obstructing a police officer.
Back here live at the Woodward Inn in Highland Park. That's an 18-year-old now facing all of those charges.
Okay, so dudes get in there, thinking that he is going to meet a real woman. Okay, and then find out like there's a disagreement. Hey, just boom, kill him. Okay, things like that, they happen. They do.
Unfortunately, it looks like we're going to be here
There we go.
Tonight, 3 men who once held notable positions are facing serious criminal charges. In the Woodlands, Bruce Holland, the former pastor of Calvary Chapel in the Woodlands, has been arrested. He's charged with possession with intent to promote child pornography. In the Katy Independent School District, James Stone, a teacher at Tompkins High School, has been booked. Investigators say he was arrested Monday for allegedly possessing and producing thousands of child porn images. Finally, a lawyer for Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo is in jail accused of being sexual with a teen. Investigators say 45-year-old Jeffrey Downing, who makes $19,000 a month from the rodeo, approached a individual he thought was a 15-year-old girl last month. Instead, it was an undercover Harris County Precinct 1 deputy. Downing allegedly talked about having sex with a minor and sent explicit pictures. How does this happen? Joining us to talk about it, Precinct 7 Constable-elect Smokey Phillips and Eduardo Lopez de Casas of SNAP. Glad to have you here.
Okay, let's stop right here. I really don't want to go into details with those dudes. Okay, let me see some. I don't upload a video right here. Oh, that's. Why did I receive? Is that a post? Oh, it's a post. Okay, it's a post. Why did I receive a notification of a post of my own post? Why is that? I didn't say this. Okay, well, anyway. Okay, so if you are interested in studying with us and creating beautiful images like that, you can end up in our Patreon right here. And for the art class, we only have this Sunday, 2 more Sundays to go, and then after that we're done. You can check our stuff over there on Patreon.
This is Tom.
Okay, let's listen to this.
Well, just hours before we learned of Downing's arrest, we were focused in on a Katy ISD teacher accused of producing thousands of images of child porn.
Now, he appeared in court this morning. Fox 26's Jonathan Mejia is live now in Katy. And Jonathan, I understand you talked with a victim's advocate who is quite alarmed by what they're seeing.
Yeah, advocates tell me that no minor should be sexually exploited, and they're hoping that the law holds these predators accountable. They also tell me that sexual trafficking is happening in plain sight.
You understand that there's a very broken system, and there is a broken system with keeping our children safe on schools from sex crimes.
This is Tompkins High School. This is where James Stone was arrested Monday morning. Now, he's an educator at the school, and he was arrested for allegedly possessing and producing thousands of child pornographic images. Investigators say that some of those images were produced right here on school grounds.
This is beyond frustrating, and it's beyond frustrating not just for this case, but we are seeing these allegations of teachers that are producing CSAM.
So what the CSAM stands for, it stands for Child Sexual Abuse Material. It is commercial sexual exploitation and child sex trafficking. It's why advocates say this needs to be taken seriously. It's why Aludo and other advocates fought hard to get Senate Bill 1831, known as the No Trafficking Zone Act, signed into law. It imposes increased penalties for offenses on or near school premises and during school functions, and if convicted, it carries a penalty of 25 to 99 years in prison.
Predators that get a slap on the wrist and they're pleading down lower, and they'll only do jail time for 9 months, sometimes just probation, and sometimes nothing at all.
Stone appeared in court this morning, and a judge set his bond at $900,000, $100,000 for each of the 9 charges he's facing.
Parents send their children to school to learn and to be safe and to have a good childhood, not for the system or the people in position of power to exploit them or traffic them.
There are signs for minors and parents if they feel like they're being preyed on or groomed. We have that listed on our website.
Well, that's what happened, man, when you have those dudes, the teachers, the lawyers, and things like that. And that's what those guys do. They prey on little children. That's their nature. That's what it is. This is not something new. They've been doing this. Again, if you look at those dudes' eyes, you're like, there's nothing there. It's just, this is blank. This eye is dead. It doesn't match. This dude, there's death in here. You're staring as an empty vessel. Because that's what those dudes, and they are very violent, man. It's not like those guys are being cute and kind. They are very violent because that's how they get their kick. And they are infested the adult thief industry with their fetishes. You won't find anything normal now. It's all stepdaughters, and they make those grown women act like little kids and having speech impediment like children. Have them wearing little pink stuff and acting like kids, wearing children clothes and things like that. And they are doing violent stuff to those women. And that's how those dudes actually act. Okay? Terrible.
Couple were nowhere to...
Let's keep on moving. Remember the 1980s, brethren? Remember the crack epidemic, the war on drugs? Well, then watch this.
We're learning new details this morning about a Tennessee couple killed in a big rig chase and shootout with police last week. It happened in Texas. Authorities say suspected drug dealers Edward and Elizabeth Stevenson died after leading police on a high-speed chase.
Now, this is the face of the drug dealers. And out of no place, Tennessee, the Bible Belt. Is that what that is? Is that what Tennessee part of? The Bible Belt? No, I'm not too good with these things. This is the place, the faces of your typical drug dealers. Now, excuse me. Now, those people are forced to put the faces of those people because they were always the one that was dealing the drug and doing the drug. Now, they have to. They have to do this. Okay?
Firing on deputies and state troopers. The big rig they were driving was found with millions of dollars worth of cocaine inside. News Nation's Jorge Ventura is following the story. Good morning, Jorge. So how did authorities identify that this couple were indeed drug dealers?
Yeah, so we're learning new details about this Tennessee couple. They have been identified as Elizabeth and Edward Stevenson from Tennessee. Authorities have actually been investigating the couple for a while for their alleged connection to drug cartels. Now, as part of this investigation, News Nation has obtained new drone footage from Putnam, Tennessee, where drug agents raided the couple's home last Thursday. Agents discovered almost a pound of methamphetamine, suspected fentanyl, along with body armor, firearms, and other weapons during the search. However, at the time of the raid, the married couple were nowhere to be found.
They were, what we believed was going to the border in the southwest corner to try to pick up and bring back and or distribute more illegal drugs. So we were able to locate that vehicle, and then when we did that, we notified the other authorities out in Texas.
According to the Putnam County Sheriff's Office, the Texas Department of Public Safety intercepted the Stevenson in an 18-wheeler near Amarillo. The Stevensons, who run a trunking company, led officers on a high-speed chase with officers firing multiple shots fired at tires. Elizabeth and Edward Stevenson were shot and killed by Texas officers after firing back.
So those people, they own those couple right there, okay? They own a trucking company. And they weren't doing that much trucking at all. Okay, they were moving millions of dollars worth of drugs. Hey, they need the money, man. Hey, they need the money. The blessing is over, so their life went over with it too. Terrible.
Doing business with the cartels, but it had been quite some time. We found some evidence that we believe it's been more than a year for sure.
Authorities believe the drugs weren't only destined for Putnam County, Tennessee, but were likely distributed across the country. Now, according to authorities, they are further investigating to see if the Tennessee couple worked with any other Americans when it came to trafficking drugs inside the United States.
Jorge, thank you so much.
How long we are into this? Oh, 1:30, but I think I may have to stop here. Let me see, do I have times? I think I have a little time. So if you want to, we have the book, the Kindle version to pre-order, the AK Family Handbook, how to do a spiritual background check, connect with your guardian angel, and develop your magical skills or magical abilities. And it's the Kindle version will be published. The hard copy will be published on June the 25th after the fast. We are in a fast. I believe today is day 2. Once the fast is done, and it will be done on the 24th, and then next day we will be back online again. Things like that will happen. Let's keep on moving.
For former
There you go.
Now, new details are emerging about a Bay Area couple with deep political ties who died in a head-on crash last Friday night in Southern California. Today in the Bay's Bob Riddell live for us in Alameda County. And Bob, what are friends saying about these two women who many people are calling remarkable?
Good morning, Jim Marcus. Friends say Hope Wood and Peggy Moore were political and social justice warriors who, for those people who didn't have a seat at the table, at least they gave them a voice, especially here in Alameda County. The two women who were married to each other were on their way home from a concert this past Friday night in San Diego County when sadly the driver of another car crossed over in their lane and hit the Jeep they were in. Both women were killed, as was the driver and passenger in the other vehicle. The couple ran their own political consulting firm called Hope Action Change. Moore ran the 2014 election campaign for former Oakland Mayor Libby Schaaf. She was political director for Hillary Clinton's presidential primary campaign here in California. She met her wife while both campaigned for Barack Obama back in 2008.
She was the one that helped to win the Golden State for him. She helped on the first Hillary Clinton campaign. Any campaign that really had to have a top-notch organizing strategy, they went to Peggy Moore. These were two almost twin flames that couldn't bear to be apart in this life or in the other, and they really just had to be together when they left.
U.S. Congresswoman Barbara Lee of Oakland recognized the couple on social media, writing, quote, "Together they organize, change hearts and minds, and help to create a world where who you love doesn't limit your freedoms. Both Peggy and Hope made an impact on our community, on our city, on our state, and on our nation that will be felt for generations to come."
Yeah.
Reporting live here in Alameda County, Bob Riddell, today in the
So,
Be Sha-
and you got, okay, well, a lot of biscuit bumpers here, cowgirls doing this, and they think they are under the blessing of the Gentiles. Of course, beloved, just because somebody look like us doesn't mean they are us. And those people do a lot of harmful stuff to our people, to our children, to our mind, to our future. Okay? So it's no coincidence that the ley line switch and both of them are no more. And they serve under the Obamas and all those guys. Those are not your friends. Those people are not your friends. They are not here to make sure that our people have an extended family. They are not here to make sure our men are moving forward. Like right now, our men, well, not at their peak. Our men are back in power. We are getting power. They are not about this thing, man. They are about regression, repress, suppress, and oppress our people, man. And then things like that happen. Okay, the era of you people do whatever that the hell you want to do and protect it, it's done. The crash happened. This is not something that happened like years ago. That's like 2 days ago. Crash happened, and then you people that sold us out, gone. That's it. Let's keep on moving.
Multiple people are dead after 2 severe storm systems converged in Louisiana. Matt Finn has our overnight updates.
2 severe storms converged in Louisiana Monday night, creating tornado conditions. A storm with strong wind and rain crossed into the state from Texas in the afternoon. As it moved east, it collided with a second storm system coming up from the Gulf of Mexico.
The system became both dangerous and deadly.
At all times, the state's warning system was in place and weather alerts went out.
The Louisiana Department of Health confirmed at least 3 people died, including a woman who was 9 months pregnant. Her unborn child did not survive either after a tree fell onto their West Baton Rouge home.
Okay, 9 months old, man. This is a hurricane category storm, but whatever.
I believe we were extremely lucky, by the grace of God, that we did not have any more injuries. We certainly will keep the families of those that were affected in our prayers.
The storms caused damage to trees and power lines, like here in Lake Charles. Louisiana residents also received flash flood warnings.
Oh, his lights are messed up. You see that?
In a span of less than 8 hours, 16 parishes were impacted, resulting in 160,000 power outages. State officials thank police, firefighters, first responders, and linemen for working around the clock.
Thanks to all the utility companies, we're down to 53,000, and it continues to get better every hour.
The governor warned residents to stay vigilant as another storm is expected later this week. Since April 25th, at least 267 tornadoes have been confirmed in the U.S. In Los Angeles, Matt Finn, Fox News.
Yeah, and it's only going to get worse. Let's keep on moving.
A lot of people was praying because I tell you what, how people didn't get hurt more than they did here, it's a miracle.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Cherise Gibson.
And I'm Katie Moore. The Louisiana Health Department now confirms that 3 people were killed during last night's severe weather outbreak.
Parts of southeast Louisiana were battered by heavy rain, heavy winds, and possible tornadoes. Eleanor Tabone joining us now, beginning our coverage with a closer look at that damage. It was really extensive.
That's right, Katie and Cherise. According to the State Health Department, a woman died in St. Martin Parish after a camper rolled over. In West Baton Rouge Parish, a 31-year-old woman died in Port Allen when a tree fell on her mobile home. The health department says she was 9 months pregnant and her baby also died.
This video shows how hard the wind was blowing in Broussard, southwest of Baton Rouge. Meanwhile, in Zachary, northwest of Baton Rouge, a resident's security camera caught the winds blowing down their basketball hoop, then standing it back up again. Weather warnings were issued in 22 parishes, with the National Weather Service advising of damaging winds and excessive rainfall.
Okay, this is a hurricane right there, man.
Okay.
In Port Sulphur, this video shows debris slammed into this person's house. In Cecilia, what was once mobile homes is now just debris. Over in Henderson, the aftermath is devastating. Video shows mobile homes crumbled and the side of one building was completely ripped off.
I've been living over here for 74 years, and I've passed through many, many hurricanes. This is positively the worst I've ever seen.
This is the truth. This is the truth. This gentleman here has told you the truth. This is a hurricane. Well, they don't call it that. I don't know people to be alarmed, and they don't want to take responsibility. Like, wait, why didn't you guys warn us? We didn't see this coming. You bastards didn't say anything about it. You said there would be storm and stuff. There's a big difference between a storm and a hurricane, right? Just like there's a huge difference between a hurricane and a typhoon. No, they don't. Typhoon is just another name for hurricane. They only use the word or the name typhoon in the Pacific side, like Japan and then Taiwan and China. Over here, we use the term hurricane. That's all. That's the only difference.
Hurricanes. This is positively the worst I've ever seen.
Then came the flood warnings. Closer to the New Orleans area, radar reported up to 2 inches of rain south of the lake. North of the lake, there was 3 to 5 inches of rain. Over in Biloxi, they saw close to 8 inches of rain. Officials say the storm officially moved through the state just before midnight.
So in the span of 7.5 hours, the after effects are 16 parishes have been impacted by this weather system. And we had the maximum amount of power outages was 160,000.
Governor Jeff Landry says the state is working with the impacted parish.
So, again, beloved, as you can see, the weather is changing. The behavior is changing. Those people don't know what's going on. They can handle it, and they are not doing this. Of course, we are doing this. Our men need to be focused. Our women need to concentrate. This is only going to get worse. This is not gonna get better, man. Well, at least well, Not for them. It's getting really, really bad out there. Of course, we've been telling those people these things. Well, I don't want to say, oh, this thing is happening because of the elite. No, this thing is happening because Jacob's trouble is over. Our people, we say, be at peace. Stay at peace. Stay in a high vibration. We're all fasting right now. We're on our 2nd days of fast. And we urge the nation to keep it in a high vibration. Don't get involved with nonsense. Yay, they are waving that cookies in our main face. A lot of the dudes going to take it. Like a lot of them left and go to Africa or other place to looking for cookies, passport cookies and bros and things like that. Hey, let them do their thing. But the holy and righteous man will stay firm, will stay steady, and keep on praying and amass and accumulate this magical quantum power that they're going to give us. Well, that is flowing in the midst of us. Let's keep on moving. Get the next video.
We are following breaking news this afternoon. Slovakia's prime minister was shot in what police are calling an assassination attempt while on a visit in his country. ABC's Christian Cordero has the latest from Washington.
The Slovakian government has called this an assassination attempt on Prime Minister Robert Fico. He was visiting a small town in the central region of Slovakia and was raced to a hospital in the capital about 2 hours away. Eyewitnesses report hearing gunshots as the Prime Minister was greeting people outside of a government building. Slovakian officials say 4 shots rang out, adding one of the bullets hit the Prime Minister in the abdomen. He was conscious following the shooting, but his condition is unclear. A possible motive is also unclear. Officials there have arrested a suspect. Christian Cordero, ABC News. The Prime Minister was...
I guess the suspect race is also unclear. So you are seeing things like that. Prime Minister, you know, those guys are getting killed. Hey, make no mistake, those guys they're all violent, man. Remember the Kosovo War? The Kosovo War. Remember the war in Kosovo in the 90s? Those guys were exterminated a lot of people that look like them, man. Alright. Okay, the Kosovo War. 1998 to 1999. You know, they didn't last that long, but like every war that being fought now. But this thing was bad, man. Massacre. Well, they are very good at hiding. The Kosovo genocide was the Serbian forces' mass murder and ethnic cleansing of Kosovo Albanians during the Kosovo War. Serbian forces targeted Albanians for rape, murder, and forced deportation to cleanse Kosovo its Albanian population. Okay. Alright. So... those guys, they all violent over there, man. Well, I got that safety thing on. You know? Put all those people sitting down there and then hose them down. Those guys don't play that. Let's keep on moving, man.
They are overcome with grief this morning. We did speak with a neighbor who lives right by where the victim was shot, who says he woke up to gunfire and then screaming.
I heard 4 loud pops, and you could tell they weren't fireworks either. They were like a loud boom, 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 boom.
Jonathan Ruiz is on edge this morning, holding his blanketed 2-year-old son after waking up to the sound of gunfire.
Especially around here, it's like so peaceful, and none of that stuff really happens. It's a little concerning, especially with my son growing up.
Bridgeview police say the shooting happened just before 5 o'clock this morning on the 7300 block of West 79th Street near the corner of 79th and Okido. Police identified the victim as Arturo Cantu. Police tell us Cantu remotely started his car before he was shot by the suspect.
He was coming out of his house. He was confronted by another individual. We don't know exactly the motive at this time, but he was shot several times.
Bridgeview Police Chief Ricardo Mancha also saying this morning that Cantu's girlfriend was inside the apartment at the time of the shooting. He also says the victim had a knife in his hand, but it's unclear this morning if it was used in the confrontation.
This is a rarity. I think this is our first shooting here in a year, over a year if I'm not mistaken. So this is, like I said, this is a rare occurrence.
Yeah, but it ends up in the death of someone. Great glory.
Well, tonight the other... We turn to the harrowing dash cam video revealed in court showing a semi-truck crashing on that Louisville bridge. The truck hit by another vehicle, the driver losing control. And you'll remember those images, her truck dangling about 100 feet above the Ohio River, then that daring rescue. Well, tonight the other driver blamed for the crash, now facing charges. Here's ABC's Alex Perez.
Tonight, heart-stopping video played in a Kentucky courtroom capturing the crash that led this semi-truck to careen into and precariously dangle over the Clark Memorial Bridge in Louisville. Watch closely as that pickup driver swerves out of his lane to avoid a stalled car, slamming into the semi, which then crashes over the bridge. 26-year-old truck driver Sidney Thomas hanging onto the wheel as the semi's hood breaks away 100 feet above the water.
We're bringing you some breaking news right now. This is a picture of a truck hanging over the side of the Clark Memorial Bridge.
Louisville firefighters took nearly an hour to hoist that driver to safety and were hailed as heroes for the daring technical rescue.
Oh boy. Those guys, any little thing those dudes do, they are heroes. This is their freaking job. That's what they're supposed to do. Like your heroes come and say, oh boy.
These videos presented as evidence in court today. The driver of that pickup, 33-year-old Trevor Branham, facing a number of charges, including driving with a suspended license. He has not yet entered a plea.
And David, thankfully, the driver of that semi was not injured. An attorney for the driver of the pickup says he feels terrible and thanked those who rescued her. David?
Crazy.
Extinct, and there's only one thing you can do to help us, and it is go out there and start producing with Japanese. Because we are going extinct, Japanese are getting rarer. I know this is not the best site that you're looking at, but it might be your last time that you're looking at real Japanese girl on TikTok.
Well,
so yeah,
that's the thing. Japan. You're not the real Japanese. Okay, we've gone over this multiple times, but since the Ainu people of Japan, great. Yes, the Ainu people. Okay, let's just we talk about this. There we go. Okay, those are not those are that's where the real Ainu. You people swagger jack after the real Ainu left, the real samurai Ainu or the Upapoi. Let's try the Upapoi. The Upapoi people. Is that what that is? Oops. There we go. Oh, the Upapoi. Alright, there you go. Okay, so okay, alright. Well, if they wanna call them remnant, oh boy. Okay, well, whatever. So if they dress like this, we will say the culture, but the real Ainu people. We had Ainu people of Japan. Those are not the real Ainu, man. Okay, there you go. Now you start getting to see the real Ainus. Okay, 1913. All right, this is in German. There you go. Okay, you people don't have rhythm like that. Okay, your people do not have rhythm like that. 83 don't dance like this. You do not have the rhythm like that. Okay, you do not have this vibration. Okay, your women actually can't do this, and that's when our people lost the blessing over there. Let's enlarge this. All right, look at this brother right there, the full beard. Okay, the full beard. They are doing the tea ceremony. Okay, this is very spiritual, and they would get killed when they do things like that, thinking the Holy One, and you guys say this is witchcraft, and then you come, you kill them. Okay, all right. So the way, look at the patterns of the clothes. You guys don't have this style. You don't have this. You do not have this swagger, so to speak. Okay, all right. So look at this dude right here. Look at this beard of this dude. Okay, look at this LeBron James looking at a brother right there. So those were the original Japanese that were over there. All right, they had swords. They were samurai, the original samurai. Look at the skin. Okay. All right, that's the makeup they had. Look at this brother right here with his samurai sword. You are not. There won't be any Japan and Japan. You're not the original Japanese. That's what that is. You know, now everybody want to be the Ainu, the Upapoi, and everybody's dancing and stuff like that. Yeah, whatever you want to say, dude. You know, so now suddenly.
And help us, please. Extinct, and there's only one thing you can do to help us, and it is go out there and start producing with Japanese.
So again, like we said in the prayer yesterday, in prayer this morning, they are not looking for any man. Back then they used to look for one specific man, was the white man, because they had the blessing. And one thing 83 did not understand about the blessing works in everything. It's not just money. It works in everything except for knowledge. It's something that you don't have. Knowledge and the higher knowledge, which is magic, you don't have that. That's why your science keep telling people magic doesn't exist, because they can't. They are fascinated. They love it. They call it quantum physics. They call it quantum computer, quantum mechanic. But they can practice it, they can use it. That's why they told our people it doesn't exist, and it's evil. Now, when you lose your blessing, you also lose your ways, planting that seed. So you got those women over there, and they are like luring our men. They want black men. They made it very specific. I don't want to go into the details of this, because we've been all over this for years. We keep telling people they need black men to go over there and do this stuff. Okay, it's so bad out there, they have to call people out of retirement. Okay, we got a fellow, the guy is like 87, 97 years old. He can't perform anymore. Let the man retire. They call him like, hey, yo, get your ass back in the game and then do the job. Because the young Japanese men, they are not interested in this. They are not interested in relationship with women. Okay, all right. So you wonder yourself why this thing happened? Well, okay, let me give you an example. Okay, there is I do not recommend this one. Okay, there is an anime called Deers, and it came out in the 1990s. Well, the early 2000s. That was like 2003, 2004, 2005. It's called Deers. Okay, let's see episode 1. YouTube gonna get me for this, but episode 1, let me see, yeah, it's pretty graphic though. Okay, so this is what Japanese boys are into. All right.
Man, the deers sure are cute.
We think so too, comrade.
Ooh, morning, little.
Wet Dream Mitsuka Yoshimi.
Takeya came to school with your bodyguard as usual, I see.
Shut up already. What happened to your face?
What? You mean this?
What, did you put the moves on some girl and get punched out?
The manager decked me over at my part-time job.
At the video store?
Breasts are coming for. Slip in and take your shot.
Oh, that is totally awesome! That a boy, little Takeya! His taste is impeccable! We count on you as always!
Yeah, but the boss caught me trying to sneak it out of the store. Damn it, stupid bearded overblown musclehead.
Well, won't be any new releases for a while. Oh.
You didn't think I'd give up that easy, did ya?
Okay, this is what they are into.
This is I Want to Nibble Sweetly, the new Ray Agata film, is it?
Okay, this is what they are into. Okay, little anime kid, like they call them lolicon. Okay, okay, they are into lolicon. All right. Okay, they are into lolicon. All right. I believe it's one L. So a lot of those. Looks like they aren't any matches for research. Okay, I have the safety thing on. Okay, but those guys are into lolicon. Okay, the little girl, little girl that act like kids, like little small 2-3-year-old looking characters. Okay, little small lolicon like this, little boys, those are a group of boys, little boys, like they call those called twink. Their kink is twink. They are into twink. Okay, for those of you who don't know those terms that those guys what is a twink?
Here's the definition of twink: informal. Among gay men, a gay or bisexual young man with a slim build and youthful appearance.
Okay, they are into twink. All right, those skinniest, the skinniest dude you can find, on more. Those are twink. That's what they are into. Okay, anime is loaded with those twink guys. Very skinny, wearing skinny pants. Everything is skinny about them. Those are called twink. And those guys kink or twink. Okay, so that's what's going on out there. Okay, those are called twinks. The skinniest dude with the skinniest stuff. Before anybody say anything, let me show you something. Okay, right here. Okay, that's the teacher right there.
Exactly 1 year ago, just off the shores of Kasai, a large UFO fell to Earth. Inside were 150 aliens who had traveled here from the outer reaches of space. Soon after, we gave them the name Deers. And now, after all their struggles, they have been granted full citizenship to our country. They have learned the language, the customs, and the culture of Japan.
Excuse me, Miss Mitsuka?
Yes?
Could you put some clothes on?
My goodness. When I feel the hungry eyes of my students running up and down my body, it's enough to make me...
It's amazing she hasn't gotten fired yet.
It's amazing she got the job to begin with.
Before anybody say anything about this series and the cartoon or the manga or comic book, whatever they call it over in Japan, was written by 2 women. And they stated they were written because of the sexual frustration. Because they ain't got none over there. They can't have it. They can't get it. And this thing was, let me see, when was that? Again, beloved, sorry, some of those stuff are kind of uncomfortable. Deers. Okay, Deers anime. Let's see when it came out. 2004. Okay, 2004. It's been 20 years ever since this anime. So they were dealing with this problem with as a long. Let me see. There we go. They were dealing with this problem for a very long time. The women are sexually repressed over there. The sex that they are having, it's not natural sex. It's not. That's not what they are looking for. Let me get those women anime. Deers. So the deers are like some kind of sex slave women. They creator. There we go. There we go. Dears. Okay. You said by okay. Those are the two women that created it. Okay. Peach and Pete. Those are the two girls that wrote these things. And the Japanese women are very, when it comes to sexual things, their stuff are weird. Like the most weirdest thing. Like, how is that? Why is it that considering sexual in Japan? Okay, and they are very sexually frustrated. And if you watch the anime, it's just they unleash all their sexual fantasies and the anime. Okay, all right. It's pretty graphic. Well, to a point, there is nothing really bad we haven't seen yet. But it's pretty bad. Now, for instance, this is a deer, a robot-like cyborg that likes this guy. And they depicted how Japanese society is. This dude, he's not into that girl. He doesn't want anything to do with her, although the girl's all over him, and the teachers all over the boys, and all the girls want to do stuff, but they don't want to do anything. That's their childhood. That's their frustration. That's why those two women, they got together and they wrote this thing. Because the men are not interested in the women. Although they throw themselves at the men, those dudes are not interested into these things, okay? They wrote this. A woman wrote this scene because that was the fantasy, all right?
When I feel the hungry eyes of my students running up and down my body, oh, it's enough to make me...
It's amazing she hasn't gotten fired yet.
It's amazing she got the job to begin with.
Okay, so...
All right then, where was I? Oh yes, I'm happy to announce that a dear student will be...
Okay, so that's just to explain what the hell is going on in Japan. It just is weird. China, South Korea is even... South Korea is even worse. Yo, South Korea is even worse. You really, as a woman, you really don't want to go anywhere in South Korea. And of course, Japan too. Because the men are sexual frustrated. They don't know how to act. Did you know two Japanese women, a Japanese man and a woman, got into together for a baking session? Both of them die. Both of them die of a heart attack. Okay. 1,000 Way to Die, #1. I used to love that show, late 2000. The 1,000 Way to Die. This show back then, shows used to put things in there. Yeah, that's 1,000 Way to Die was a great show on Spike TV. That's when I used to watch TV, like 2009, and then I sold my TV and stuff like that. But anyway, the #1 way, 1,000 Way to Die of the episode was two Japanese, a man and a woman. They get into a baking session. The men didn't know what to do. The women didn't know what to do. They got so awkward, and then the feeling was so intense. Both of them have a heart attack. Both of them die. So that's why they need black men over there to do this. Now, we talked about this before. Beloved, the same way they are telling you... let me just get this right here. Japanese women. There we go. Let's put this right here. Any of them should do good. There we go. Now, this is a typical Japanese woman. Let's take this picture. It's clearer. This is a typical Japanese woman. Now, they are saying they need the black men over there, of course, to help them repopulate it. And they are not joking. Okay? Like we said before, this is an insult, and they are seeing our people like breeding animals. The black men only good to replenish their numbers so they can enjoy the blessing. Of course, it will not work. Beloved, the same thing that you see happen in Africa, a lot of people, go back to Africa, go to Africa and then move there, buy land and live well. A lot of brothers move there, they buy lands, they build, they marry the African women, and they get killed. Okay? Some of you may remember this this video. It's pretty graphic. Let me see if I can get it. But I can get it. I'm just going to say it.
Responders arrived.
I'm just going to say it. In Africa, they find a container loaded with male penises. Okay? There was a lot of black men penises that they caught. They were making soup out of them. They were making a stew out of a penis stew. Some of you are familiar. If someone in the comment board remember, if you did see, there was they killed those black men, then they take their wings and they make a stew out of it. They make like a soup out of it. All right. So a lot of our brothers moved to Africa, so they think things gonna get better and good, and then they end up dying. A lot of our sisters, they are killing them in Africa and luring them there. What do you think gonna happen to you when you go to Japan? Again, I'm not against any of our brothers that want to move to Japan, whether for cookies or any other things. Yo, you do you. Okay, you do whatever that you want, whatever that you please. However, remember, Psalm 83, they had to come together with one accord. They had to come together, like a group of them have to agree upon one goal and to destroy us. And they did. Remember, there was a part of us, a part of our brothers that came together with one accord, and then they say, hey, ever since we left those Gentiles, we've been catching hell. Let's make a covenant unto them. Let's cleave unto them. They did. Those people enjoyed the blessing with the Gentiles by selling us out. See, now, whatever dudes that decided to go over there in Japan for this thing, we are not in one accord with them. Whatever is going to happen to them, it will happen individually to them. Just like that one that individually go to Africa and doing stuff and then they get killed. We will not collectively get killed or collectively punished for the action of the few, because we are not in one accord here. Don't get me wrong, man. I'm a man just like any other man, and I will not be here, Worcester blacking another man. And a lot of women don't know how it is for us men, especially black men. You are at the bottom of the chain. You have to fight your way up. Nobody wants you unless you're really, really, very, very extremely good. Pretty much at everything. Then you kind of like got a little passage. See, when our men, certain men, black men hear things like that, yeah, it boosts their confidence. That's good. 2, they'll go after the bait. Me personally, like I keep saying, and I'm going to keep telling you, I don't care about this, man. I want our men to be focused. I want our men to use their brain and mind to think. Not their loins, not their junk, not their third leg. It's always puzzled me that a lot of our dudes are into that passport thing, travel to get cookies. Like, yo, you got to be freaking kidding me. This thing is pretty... Yo, son, the cookies. Those guys, okay, well, we are looking for quality women. No, you're not. The cookies are all over. It's in the hood. It's everywhere. It's just there's no shortage of these things. And I keep telling all men, you are very, very, very rare. Oh boy. All right. Oh boy. Oh, good grief. Oh boy. All right. I received this text message. I gotta leave right now. Anyway, you are very, very rare. You are very, very important and extremely valuable. Don't fall for the bait. Don't worry about those cookies. It's something, you don't have to go to them. They will come to you. Keep and take your position. Don't get distracted. Focus. We must focus, brothers. We are and at our most vulnerable point. We are getting power. The reason why they are doing this because they see the love of the black men and the black women finally unify. They see we are not here bickering, fighting, and do this nonsense. They start this gender war online years ago. It never catch up to a specific people that they wanted to be catch up to. The 2/3, they don't care. The so-called Gentiles don't care about that. They want specific men, specific seed, specific melanin. A sister said they are after the melanin in our men so they can protect themselves from this oncoming surge of the sun that's going to scourge them. Agreed. All I can tell all men, yo, focus. The men under AK, we are focusing here, man. If somebody, you need something from us, you come here, you get it from us. That is if we can provide it to you. If it's something that is feasible, yay, indeed. If it's not feasible, it go against our laws and stuff. No, we will not collectively do nonsense. We have to acquire our kingdom, our blessing first before we can go run after cookies and muffin and cakes and all this stuff. I do not condone nor condemn anybody that are into these things. That's your stuff, man. Hey, Big Levi is not on your way. Don't be going like, damn it, I could have some of that great cookie, but Big Levi said no. Or you go over there, you get caught up. You're like, man, I should have not listened to Big Levi. Now I'm becoming sushi food. Okay? Remember, the moment you get there, they get what they want. They no longer need you. It happened all the time. The white woman is the same way, doing slavery. Once she get what she need to get from you, she'll sold you out. Once she find another black dude that can do it better than you, she tired of your ass. She just tell her husband you rape her, and then they literally take you and lynch you. All right then. Oh, sorry, beloved. I have a phone call. I got to go. Okay, I have a phone text. I have to go. Okay, shalom. Let me close with our book. Oops, right here. This is our book, beloved. Please, you can order the Kindle version. The link is in the description. If you wish to pre-order the Kindle version, it will be published on the June 25th, 2024. Both the physical copy and the digital copy will be published June the 25th this year. The title of the book is the AK Family Handbook. This is written specifically for you AKs. Specifically, if you're not part of it, you wish to read it, see what it is, good. But this is a group. This is for the school. This is for the students that wish to learn what we learn. The people that want to know what we know, it's in there. That is all. Oh boy, we didn't sing today. We didn't do anything. Oh boy, I got distracted. Shalom.